Hello, everyone. I'm John McDonald. On Sunday nights in Like Clockwork, I play Panabon, but it is not Sunday night. It is Friday morning because that's when the Alternate Archives releases episodes. And I am playing Zordon, the magnificent, giant floating head in the fishbowl slash jar set interplanetary chamber that is not a fishbowl, as the Rangers have so elegantly said. We are here for another episode of Becoming Mighty and Morphin. We're going to do things a little differently this episode. The first thing is we are not rolling for upgrades. And the reason we are not rolling for upgrades, which we normally would do when you're introducing yourself, is because after everything that has happened, Alpha threw themselves into upgrades. And so whatever you were last trying to roll for, you now have this episode. Except for Griff, but don't be too sad for Britt because they're a very noble and courageous person. And they had a lot of fun on their journey to the place that was in black and white, like a wee sing so. So we're going to go get started. I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves. First off, the jester who plays Eddy Thatch is running a little late, so they might be in a little late, and I will let them introduce themselves at that point. But we'll start off with who we have here. First off to my left, I have Andrew Bryant, aka Roadkill, who is here to play the fantastic Quentin Turner. Hello!
Hello! As you said, I am Andrew Bryant, playing Quentin Turner, the Yellow Ranger of this Mighty Morphin group. You can also hear me on some of the other podcasts that are here on the Alternate Archives every once in a while, but I also stream on Twitch on Mondays in a Dresden game. So come check that out if you can.
You play King Sydney. Are you still king after, or were you deposed?
I believe I am still technically king, but it's one of those things where it's more of a word-based title. There's no throne or crown or any duties that apparently go with it. It's just, I guess I'm the scary man in town, and that's how the fake community works. It's weird.
But you are technically a king, which is the best kind of.
Right.
And you have, do not forget, because we are starting a new session to give yourself a story point, and your last upgrade you were requesting was for medium armor, so now you have a toughness of +2.
Yes.
When you go up in level to heavy armor, which I'll have to double check, but I think you get, you can decide between silent armor and heavy armor. And we're going to move to Jane Russell, who has heavy armor and chose to keep toughness, so they have a toughness of +3 when morph. And of course, the fabulous Elizabeth, who plays Jane Russell, is already tough as can be. Hello, Jane.
Hello. I am Elizabeth. I play Jane. And on Sundays, I join Zordon on Like Clockwork as Drusilla. And I know I was upgrading my weapon, but all I wrote down was more fire, and I don't remember exactly what that was.
I was also going to make a mention. I was going to mention if that is your real name as Drusilla, because we know Jane Russell is your real name, but as things have unfolded, I'm beginning to wonder if Drusilla is your actual name.
We don't know. Well, I'll have to find out at some point eventually.
Okay, so more fire for your grappler / man catcher. You went from adding in the power element of fire. It is now blazing. And so with fire, what you had an extra point of damage. Blazing does that extra point of damage, but also caused me to do a downshift on evasion, so it's easier to hit a moving target with for blazing. So the official term is blazing. You don't necessarily make more damage, but it makes it easier to hit. So it's also going to look cooler, which kind of in the Ranger universe is a great thing. It also takes you one step closer to making both yourself and your weapon legendary for the Jane Russell Red Ranger, which is very exciting. Speaking of exciting, we have Cecily Adwell here, played fabulously by Lottie LOS. Hello, Cecily.
Hello. I'm so excited to be back playing another game as Spicy Redhead with the blue suit. I don't really have anything that's going on. Booking a lot of shows up for next year, and I'm excited. If you're interested in seeing some nerd drag or nerd burlesque, you should follow my Instagram.
I am thinking of in season 2 of bringing on a Jacques the Whipper Ren Fair character just for Cecily. But I haven't decided completely yet. But there is going to be a season 2. And so if you're available for the cast, we'll see how that goes. Because everybody loves Jacques the Whipper, do we? Cecily, you are upgraded to medium armor, by the way. That was your last upgrade. So you now have +2 toughness when morphed, which is very handy.
Very handy for me since I tend to just go into things.
It's true, but that's just kind of part of your charm and part of who you are as a Blue Ray. And last but certainly not least, we have everyone's favorite Winged Lord of the Skies, Britt Kerrigan. Hello, Britt. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me once again.
You're welcome. I'm glad you came back after I took away your power coin via the military and made you cry in that weird land. I'm glad you came back. I'm happy that you're here.
I am too. I'm excited to see what else Brick has in store. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited too, which is why I kind of want to pick up where we left off. At the end of last episode, you had gone into the house of the Lady in Gray, and you've gone into the secret library with candles that had led into the room where you had to find 5 pieces of yourself in memory form that represented you, and came to find out your fellow Rangers. That's the Cliff Notes version, the Spark Notes version of what happened, if you will. And you successfully were able... Well, you did it. Something did it. In any case, you were teleported back into the real world, and you teleported on top of Goldar at the Angel Grove Food and Arts Fair, which caused them to leave, because even though you were not in power armor, that was a very mighty kick that you gave them, even though you didn't mean to. And we left off with you basically having a breakdown, and crying kind of out there. There was no one around but the other Rangers. You're not morphed because you don't have a power coin, you don't have a power armor suit right now. So we're going to pick up from there. Everyone, your friend who is blinking in and out of existence is suddenly in front of you on an improv stage, having just kicked Goldar in the face. They teleported in a gray beam. So it was not a pink beam. They're not in pink armor. But they are there, and they're having a tough time.
Jane, as long as there's no other enemies around, Jane's gonna run over there and kind of put her arm around his and just kind of be there.
Yeah,
him.
there's no more enemies there. You can totally...
Yeah, Quentin's gonna run over then as well.
Cecily is gonna dust herself off before making her way.
Brick is going to just kind of I don't know, he's kneeling there on his knees and is just sort of he kind of lets his emotions take over him, and he just starts sort of softly crying and just telling his friends how much he had how happy he is to be back with them is really the main sort of really the gist of what he's going through. He's words aren't really coming out. It's more of just him sort of just accepting the love from his friends. So that's kind of what's going on there.
Yeah, and that is, after everything you've been through, that's really necessary. You're back at full health. You don't feel run down. You're still not completely whole, but you feel more like yourself than you did this morning. And you're not blinking in and out of existence. so that's kind of a bonus. But it is the middle of summer, and as resilient as people of Angel Grove are, they will eventually be back on the fairgrounds because the Food and Art Fair is a big deal. So is there anywhere y'all want to go so you can talk? Is there anything that you'd like to do? Anywhere you might want to take Brick? As far as you know, Brick can't go to the command center because they don't have a power coin, and Zordon did say trying to enter the command center would rip them apart, essentially. But they did just teleport down after blinking out of existence. So make with that what you'd like.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that don't make sense. What I learned in physics class here. Yeah, I think we should just try to get out of the main area and kind of get away from where the crowd's be coming soon.
Is there anywhere you would want to go, Brick? Is there anywhere we can take you?
Oh, I don't know. Not really, but you're right. Maybe we should get out of here before other people start to come back.
Okay.
At least, if anything, just off to the side. We don't necessarily have to go that far.
So I think we kind of... Is everyone still morphed at this point?
I have not been told otherwise, so I would say yes, they are all still morphed.
I'm gonna unmorph.
Yeah, as long as there's no bystanders and it seems
Yeah,
safe.
probably.
Yeah, everybody vacated the area, but if they're not hearing putties or a laugh
Right.
or seeing a witch from the sky, they will eventually return.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah,
that is
we'll
just
probably
like
demorph at the moment then while we still can.
There are some first aid stations because it is a thing in summer.
Yeah.
So there are some like cooling stations.
Let's try to get Brick over to a first aid station.
Yeah, there's no one really there right now. Like they're all
Mhm.
kind of in the parking lot. So you have some time, so you could ask
Right.
any questions. You could
Yeah.
take Brick out for breakfast. You could try to track down the sausage cart people again.
Right.
UFO.
I forgot about the sausage cart.
Yeah. The wonderful sausage cart.
It was a busy day. You were promised international sausages. So.
This is fair. We should go get our sausages. Are you able to walk, Brick, or do you need help?
I think so. I'm gonna try and stand up. I should be good, right? I don't have any problems.
You can't morph, but you are not as run down. You don't have like the zombie thing going on. You don't look like you're waiting to get
Sure,
into,
I'm
like,
just
walking
kind of
distance.
kind of like emotionally drained rather
Yeah.
than physically.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I get up
Yeah.
and we're gonna walk to the we're gonna find the sausage people.
Hey, we got ourselves a plate of international sausages. We're gonna try to enjoy that.
Maybe find a quiet table.
All right.
Away from
There is like a picnic area that is not being used. It does have some umbrellas for shade near the sausages. There are no people manning the sausage booth right now, but you paid already. So like one of
Yeah,
these
and
was paid for.
And I work here occasionally, so
Yeah,
pretty
so
much
you
an
could just
employee, so that's fine.
take a platter of sausage. Either it has your name on it, or it's just like out and it's gonna go bad if someone doesn't grab it.
Exactly.
So, like, it's fine. I will say you only do have about 10 minutes before people start filtering in. So anything that you want to say without having to resort to code, now is probably a good time to do it.
So, Brick, what happened? How did you go from, kind of ghosting out every once in a while to teleporting down in a gray beam of something?
Well, I mean, I didn't. The weird thing is I didn't really notice that I was. Well, it didn't really feel different when I would blink, if that's what we were calling it.
That's
And all of
really
a
good.
sudden, I just appeared in this sort of like other world dimension thing, and I ended up running into this old woman. She
Old
was dressed in all gray, and she kind of gave me Rita vibes, but she said that she wasn't Rita, or that she used to be a part of Rita or something. I don't know. It was all very confusing. But anyway, there was this library, and it was like this sort of puzzle test thing, and I found some objects and some things around the place that kind of reminded me of you guys, and I set them on the.
Huh.
I like put them in like on these little pedestals, and then all of a sudden I teleported back. It was
Did she?
It was
surround you
crazy.
with, stalagmite.
No, I wasn't really in danger. I
Okay.
guess maybe I was. I don't know. It was just
Sounds
kind
a
of
lot like that weird lady that I ran into. I think. Can't remember now if I was with Jane or Cecily.
Cecily.
Cecily? Yeah. Yeah, do you remember that?
The
The weird lady.
my cat just walked across my thing and unplugged it for a second. Sorry. Could you repeat
Blair.
that?
Do you remember the creepy lady that surrounded us in stalagmites?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Is that
I remember.
the same lady? She kind of had Rita, but not Rita vibes.
Maybe.
I don't know if that was the same lady. It could have been. Was that the same lady?
You can use small ton roots to find out because all the puzzle pieces are coming together at this point in the season. That is the same lady, the lady in gray, whose name is Alvestress, by the way.
Great
Brick,
ladies.
at this point, Brick, I want you to reach into your pants pocket. When you reach into your pants pocket, you pull out a piece of crumpled notebook paper, and it's from Quentin's backpack that you found, which was the memory you have of Quentin. And it's actually a page of note-taking that Quentin you'd done for that big test that you had on that
Mhm.
first day.
Yeah.
But it's from a page that you could not find to save your life. And you hadn't been worried about it. You made peace with
Right.
it on. But it's in Brick's pocket right now.
That's where I. Wait, how did I put that in the pocket? That's weird.
Yeah, so I'm gonna notice the sort of piece of paper in my pocket. I'm gonna pull it out, and Quentin obviously recognizes it.
I've been
And
kind of looking for it, not really that actively. It was more
Yeah.
just wondering where it went.
I don't know how this got in my pocket, but the thing that I found that reminded me of you was a backpack. Because of that one time you helped me with studying for that test. So
Oh yeah, that our Groundhog Day.
yeah. The Groundhog Day test, and I don't really know how this got in here, but you can have your notes back, I guess.
I think we're done with the class at this point, so I think it's all right. But I'm glad it
Cecily,
helped.
The second that is exposed, the piece of notes are exposed to sunlight, they kind of disintegrate into ash. But it was definitely Quentin's. Quentin, you have very distinct handwriting.
That's fair.
Mostly because nobody can read it but you. It's pretty
Probably.
distinct because
Probably.
no one else can read your handwriting. So
Right.
that was definitely a page from your notes, and now it's ash on a picnic table.
It's my own personal hieroglyphics.
Own personal hieroglyphics. All right. So here's the thing. Zordon did want you to keep your communicator. You really can't go to the Morphin to the command center. Always write down some questions you could have someone else ask if you want. You could try to contact Zordon if you think you can trust the answers he'll give
I have a question about that. Wasn't I in the command center after I lost my powers the first time anyway?
Yes, but it's a temporary. It was a temporary thing, and it's kind of like the Tommy was able to go in the command center in the main MMPR universe as the Green Ranger with the faster power coin. It's kind of a loose thing, but if you try to go back in again, it's kind of a crapshoot on whether it'll work or not. Zordon doesn't seem to think it will, but as you found out, Zordon may not know everything.
Or he may choose to be hiding something. I think I don't know if I'm gonna have. I don't know if I have any questions for him. I am going to kind of like take a brief second to kind of like maybe say to my fellow Rangers something that the Gray Lady kept sort of like talking about, which was the fact that there's a lot that Zordon hasn't told us. So it seems like there's a lot of stuff that he's kind of been keeping away from us that I feel like we deserve to know about. So I'm not asking you guys to like pry or anything like that, but I think maybe if you feel like there's some things that if you guys want to press him a little bit, I think that would probably be a good idea, especially now that like things are kind of coming to a head a little bit.
Yeah. Well, what do you think Zordon's holding back, I guess?
I don't know. I just don't think he's being like 100% like honest with us, and I guess he's maybe like doing that for our own good, but if we're going to be fighting Rita, we need all of the information we can get.
Yeah, I would like to know the whole
especially with everything that was going on at that facility. I feel like he knows more than he's letting on, for sure.
Maybe.
Did the woman have anything else to say? Or did she just talk about Zordon?
She kind of like, she spoke in the way she talked. It was kind of like, yeah, riddly, and it was hard to really get a straight answer out of her, but I could tell that she like, I don't know, that her and Zordon have a past, and I couldn't really get down to the bottom of it, but maybe you guys can ask him about that, since now three of us have had experience with her.
Actually, 4 of you have. I will speak up as GM for Eddy, because Eddy has met Elvestris. So if Eddy were here, they would probably be saying, and me.
Was she the same one at the scholarship thing that was asking us?
Yeah, she was. She wasn't there physically, but you only heard her voice.
Okay.
So Jane kind of ran across her as well, though. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I heard her voice.
Yeah, we have to figure out who this Gray Lady is. Maybe her and Zordon used to date or something. I don't know.
I feel like it would definitely be hard if you
Who knows? I mean, he probably hasn't been ahead all the time. I'm sure he had a body at some point.
Yeah.
I was like half joking, but
yeah, and they're aliens of some kind, so I don't know how any of that works.
it's true. Dating could be a completely different concept in another culture.
All right, so we are going to do a little transition.
Tasty international sausage.
Mary, they are good. You've got a lot of wursts on the plate. One with, I don't know how you feel about jalapeno cheddar, but there's like a knockwurst
that sounds
with
good.
jalapeno cheddar in it, and it like bubbles up at the edges. Very like Gordon Ramsay would have great.
I like it.
The Food Not Festival is really nice too. Cecily, a couple of your friends kind of see you as they're going back and forth things. Alex and Judd walk by. Judd did purchase a pair of the touristy horny helmets that where you all met. And the entire time you see him just talking about how historically inaccurate it is. But he's wearing one with a big grin because he's enjoying himself. Eventually, Brick, your parents, having heard like on the radio about people kind of in a panic at the Food and Art Fair, knowing you were coming, come to track you down. And your mom insists on taking you home. And Jane, you get a hairy eyeball from Brick's mom.
I was gonna ask where I'm sitting in relation to where Brick is, because when I see his mom, I'm gonna like get up and move.
You're across. You were actually like across, but it was too late because it's so open. She like saw you across the bridge, and it was like a particularly tender moment between you two.
Of course it was.
So like, mom is like sus on you. She's gonna be keeping an eye out for you for in the future.
I'm such a nice girl. I don't know why she hates me so much. I just want to be your friend.
No one is good enough for her baby boy.
Just sus.
Apparently.
I imagine she's probably muttering some things while she's trying to take me away from my friends, and I'm just like, Mom, stop.
Yeah, but your mom is not. So as much as we don't like to think our parents also have Ranger material, your mom also has some kind of pink energy, a vast capacity for love and strength within her. And so as much as you're kind of embarrassed, it's your mom. And there's just also a lot to think about. And it's also very hot. So, like, it's not a half bad idea. Like, you're kind of back to strength, but also there's a lot to think about. And you can also communicate via Grove, the communication app for Angel Grove teenagers. So,
See you later, Brick. Hope you feel better. Nice to see you again, Brick's mom.
I wave when his mom turns around so that she can't see me waving.
Brick's dad turns around and says, "Thank you for taking care of my son." And he kind of bows, "I'm sorry," to Jane. So you have one parent's blessing, Jane, if that's what you want. So now Brick has left. Is there anyone that wants to say anything before we commence with the commencing of a new day? Or would anyone like to go to confront Zordon? You can also do that.
I feel like I ate too much sausages.
I feel like we definitely need to talk to Zordon, but I don't know if right now is the right time.
Well, I mean, do you think that we should at least let Zordon know about Goldar showing up and everything that happened here? And
Well, we probably should. And I do feel like now might not be the best time to kind of talk to Zordon about what he might be not telling us, but I also don't know when there'd be a good time either. So,
well, and we can kind of feel it out because we're going to need to tell him what happened to Brick and him being in that whole other plane with that weird woman. So we can kind of feel it out and see.
Yeah, we can start just asking him questions about her and trying to figure that out. I guess that's a good idea, Jane.
We should teleport over.
Find a safe place to use a teleporter.
You are teleporting to the command center. As you are teleporting in, Alpha is a buzz of activity. He's got like a little welder in one hand and a remote in the other. And I don't know if you've noticed, but there are 5 console panels in the command center. And one of them turned completely gray, which it was not before, including all of the buttons and dials and diodes. None of them have ever been a specific color, but now everything in this one particular console is gray, and that is very strange.
Why is there so much gray? Are you guys seeing gray too? Or did my eyes go?
No, I see it too.
Okay.
Alpha goes, aye. Rangers, we were going to contact you, but before we could, it seemed like you bested what was ever going on. We're having a little trouble here in the command center. One of the consoles has lost its color. We're trying to figure it out. But good job with whatever. Is everyone okay? Does anyone need anything? Soda? We're trying to get the sodas that you kids like.
Oh,
I'll drink a soda.
yeah.
Then Alpha goes scuttling off, already knowing your soda orders because you're teenagers, so you talked about it openly. Alpha just goes scuttling off to a part of the command center that you suppose is like the kitchen storage facility.
Like a random warehouse size walk-in freezer of just soda.
I mean, yeah, there might be some like
teenagers like.
junior. There's like a weird assortment. There's like cheese doodles and like junior cheesecakes hanging out in there for like if you need food. Like Alpha just doesn't know
Only
what to get.
teenager-centric food.
Only
Right.
teenager food. Actually, the problem is that someone showed Alpha Free Willy, so now every time one of you asks for like a baked good product, it comes with ketchup on top. Because he really took to the orphans in the beginning of Free Willy, and now thinks all Earth teens like ketchup on top of their baked goods. So you have to like, be like, hold the ketchup when you get like a baked good from Alpha.
I hate the thought of getting a pastry that has ketchup all in it.
Especially if it was cherry, because then you wouldn't know until you
I
bit
had
in.
no idea. It would be just
Double take.
disappointment in every bite.
Zordon is not impolitely, but is the brow is furrowed. He has no eyebrows, so it's hard to tell, but the brow is definitely furrowed and looking at the console that has turned gray.
Speaking of gray, something weird happened when we were attacked. Brick was with us, and he was kind of blinking in and out, and then he disappeared for a while, and then as we were in fighting, he teleported down in a stream of gray, and he said he was on another plane of his existence or something, and met a woman who apparently knows of you, Zordon.
That's very interesting. We had some strange energy readings, but nothing we could figure out. We were tracking Mr. Kerrigan's communicator, but there was a portion of time where we just couldn't track him, and we were working on it, and then he had been returned. We assumed Goldar had something to do with it.
I don't know
very,
if Goldar does.
There are many mysteries to the Morphin grid. It is sometimes hard to know which mystery you're chasing.
Is there a gray side of the Morphin grid? Like a monochrome part of it?
The Morphin grid is represented by color. To have an absence of color is unusual. I suppose it is possible, but Zordon hesitates, but I'm not going to make any roll for this, but it's not Zordon hesitating because he doesn't know the answer. He's actually thinking, there are many mysteries to the Morphin grid, and there are many books in the lore library that are missing pages because of Rita and because of other villains throughout the universe doing evil deed and trying to take knowledge. But the gray is unheard of, mostly.
Huh.
There's never been a gray ranger, if that's
Right.
what you're asking.
Because it seems this gray lady has visited all of us in one way or another. We just pieced together now that it's probably the same person. Or, yeah, lady.
Where did she visit you, Mr. Turner?
Me and Cecily got caught up in some sort of, I guess that was another dimension too, where we got surrounded by stalagmites and, just spouted off of some riddles. We had to figure our way out. Trying to remember all the details. It was kind of hard to remember. It was so weird.
Very intriguing. Well, there are many. Sadly, there are many bad actors in the universe. People that taste power are often corrupted by it. So this could be someone pretending to be someone else. This could be someone from a planet or a moon, not unlike Rita. It's very possible. Like, is there a name? Did they say anything specifically? Any of you remember?
Did anyone get a name?
No, she just asked me weird questions. Brick did say that she reminded him of Rita, but not Rita at the same time.
Yeah, kind of Rita adjacent, I guess.
Interesting. Well, as far as I'm aware,
does she have a sister or something?
As far as I'm aware, Rita Repulsa doesn't have any family and never did, but it is possible. Rita is part of a constellation of bad actors. She technically, for a time, was a general under an evil being named Lord Zed, who I'm hoping you'll never have to meet. If you think Rita is an issue, Lord Zed is by far much more dangerous. But except for her short time before she tried to overthrow him, Rita has mostly surrounded herself with underlings. She doesn't consider anyone her equal. And that includes me. That's part of why I'm in this containment field, is because she tried to take the power of the Morphin grid that I had discovered from me, and part of the measures of keeping myself alive was this containment field and her time in prison on the moon before she was unlocked by your astronaut. There have been many wars before, and I was not always like this. I was once very much a bipedal humanoid, as all of you. I was not always just a head in a, how does Mr. Thatch put it delightfully, a fishbowl?
Now I'm getting off topic. Was your body as big in like relation to what your head is right now, or is your head bigger than now than it was?
Oh no, my head is very. This is not the actual size of my head. It's a distortion created by the containment field.
Oh, okay.
So, I would say I was.
I know, weird question. Sorry.
No, that's perfectly fine. I haven't talked about my frame in quite a while. I was, I suppose, average in stature, but great in the community. I was a scientist exploring the mysteries of the grid for many years. I was quite well known on my homeworld. So anyone that claims to know me likely knew me then, but we were mostly, anyone from my homeworld now still alive would be a refugee, or they'd have to have immense power, and they would have contacted me by now, I'm sure.
Does anybody think she is trying to kind of contact him, but through us somehow?
I mean, it's not like she has a cell phone detective.
Right.
So.
Well, I do leave Morphin Grid's signature where I go by virtue of this containment field.
Yeah.
So it is hard to say. It seems very strange. Without a name, it would be difficult to recall because many people knew me because I was a quite well-known scientist, so it is very difficult to... But
and if she's some sort of refugee, maybe that's why she's in this gray zone or whatever it is. Maybe that's how she was able to hide out or, be safe from whatever happened on the homeworld, or I don't know.
We will have to think about it more and deeply. But thank you for this. Any more information you have, please do bring it to me. I see. Alpha has tried their hand at baking cupcakes for everyone. I do hope you enjoy tomato cupcakes.
Oh,
Yes. And Alpha comes tottering back with your sodas, but also a tray of what you thought would have been raspberry, but they're definitely tomato cupcakes when you bite it. So. And it's wearing cute little chef's hat too. It's Alpha in a cute little chef's hat with tomato cupcakes and soda.
Thank you so much.
You-
oh,
It's
great.
so tasty. I think I'll just put it back and save it for later.
Aye. Whatever you need, Rangers. I'm just happy to be assistance. It's been how is Brick? And Alpha's, even though Alpha only has a visor instead of eyes, Alpha's an incredibly empathetic being. And he's honestly asking how Brick is.
I think he's struggling a little.
Yeah.
It's been hard for him.
Yeah, that was gonna say. It feels like.
Yeah.
He's still Brick.
That's good. Being pulled from the Morphin crib must be difficult. When Zordon rescued me from the planet I'd lived on, it was very hard to start over. And I'm still looking in the library, but there's nothing yet for a way to reconnect him with his coin. But I'm going to keep looking.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please try.
Is there a way to share a coin? Somewhere?
Well, it would have the power of the coin. No one's ever tried. It's because of the relation to the. I could explain this better than Alpha can, but I can't do an Alpha voice when I do this. So the idea is that each of you represent a different part of the spectrum.
Right.
So it's possible because you're all so close now, but also it's never been done, so you would be going through uncharted territory. And so Alpha considers it, but then kind of seems to stutter out words that kind of let you know that what you want to do may just be beyond Morphin grid technology, or that it may end up doing more bad than good.
All right. I'll keep that idea tucked away as a theory then. Research. Brick would probably love these cupcakes. You mind if I take them all?
Oh yes, of course. There's actually there's a little cart on the side that Alpha has kind of retrofitted, with cling wrap and tinfoil. So now there's just a plate of tomato cupcakes and cling wrap and.
All right. I'll make sure to take all of them.
So unless anyone has anything else they want to ask, we're going to move on to the next scene.
Actually, yeah. Zordon, you said you were a scientist researching the grid?
Yes. On Eltar, it was a very prestigious career path to have. It was something you spent your entire life. There was also a philosophical branch, but I was never one much for philosophy. I was always more a man of action, which is why the irony of this does not escape.
Well, because of the whole gray thing, I know there's matter and antimatter, and the universe has opposites a lot. So wouldn't it just make sense that somehow there's an opposite to the color spectrum of the Morphin grid?
There is a shadow of the Morphin grid, but no one knows anything about it. There's no. There were two beings that tried to come in contact with the Morphin grid's shadow. They were never heard from again. Two fine fellows. I can't even remember their names. It's been so long now, but they were the cautionary tale on Eltar of if you tried to contact the shadow of light, something bad happen. And that is all that we know. That's all in the book.
Do you know who these two were?
They were even before my time. I'd imagine I could find the names for you, but I don't know if you find any other information about them. They were
All right.
they were very radical. They were very much, if they would very much have allied themselves with someone like Zetarita. They were thirsting more for power than they were for knowledge. And
Right.
my personal belief, the Morphin Grid responded to that and took them, so they could do no more harm. But
Yeah.
I have no way of
I'm
knowing.
wondering
that.
if one of them might be this gray lady somehow.
Anything is possible. We'll definitely keep some info. That's good information. Thank you. We'll see what we can. We'll see what can be crafted from that information.
All right. Well, I think we should go deliver these wonderful, delicious cupcakes.
Rick.
Maybe the two of you should just go. I don't know that I'm welcome at his house right now.
I mean, you could always, give these delicious, wonderful cupcakes as a peace offering.
That's true.
Yeah, you can tell by Quentin's expression he knows it's a joke.
Also, I will just
Yeah.
give you that Brick's mom has gone gluten-free this month.
Perfect.
So, you can if you want, but it's not going to make it better.
Beautiful.
She is just gonna love me.
Right.
You. So
Just blame it on me. Said it was all mine.
So we're actually going to keep with you, Quentin. By the way,
All right.
a few days do pass. You are getting closer to the start of school.
I don't
you-
give Brick the cupcakes, by the way. I dispose of them somehow.
Actually,
That's
the cat that lives in your
Uh-huh.
yard is relatively interested in one of them. So you do offload one of
Hey,
them.
If the
Your
cat,
cat that
I'll
lives
do
in
it.
your
And
yard.
if the cat likes it, I'll keep just feeding them to the cat.
The cat only wants one of them.
Okay.
Any more than one, the cat would not enjoy.
That's Maybe
But
I'll give the other ones to. What are those two from school? I keep messing with them.
Bulk.
Yeah, Bulk and Skull.
You haven't seen them in a while. Gull has been pretty much avoiding where teams hang out, mostly not wanting to run into Brick after the exchange they had.
Fair.
So yeah, but
Then, yeah.
Quentin, yeah, as days go by, you're getting much closer to school. You have mollified your parents because they are still not thrilled with you being in a band, but you've kind of told them that you're looking into internships at the school, work studies. So they're like a little less panicky about it. They're out of their like dare phase. And at your next band practice, Michelle starts talking about a local battle of the bands. And Michelle, who is still suspicious about you having changed the name of the band to Hornet Nest, sends you to KTEA, Angel Grove Radio, the station, to sign up for the local battle of the bands that we're going to be competing. I want you to give me a performance check to let me know if this was an errand out of love and respect or out of absolutely hating you.
Performance check.
Performance check. We're going to see how that particular practice went.
Does piano or as a specialization or piano / keyboard work for this at all?
Yeah, definitely. Especially if that's what you play.
Yeah, that's what I play in the band for the most part.
Yes.
All right. $15. No,
15.
no, that's Jane from last time because I didn't scroll down. Oh, 14.
14.
Not that different.
Not that different. Pretty good. So, where most cities have like weird people as DJs, Angel Grove Radio is actually kind of well known in the tri-state area as being a well-curated place. Like they actually have a vinyl library.
Mhm.
So Michelle is actually having you go in order to check out a couple of vinyls for them, as well as sign up. The DJ, one of the DJs, is at a table where the signups are at. They're wearing large sunglasses. If you'd ever sat down with your mom and watched WKRP in Cincinnati, like a rerun of that, this dude looks like he stepped right out of like late 60s, early 70s sitcom TV. There's like giant sunglasses on, like a love medallion thing. It's like Shaggy, but without the pop smell. And he's like, "What's up, dude? You got a band?"
Yeah, we're called the Hornet's Nest.
Oh, righteous. It's a we. So how many are there? How many of there are you?
I believe there's 4 total in the band, right?
There are 4 total in the band. You don't have you have a couple people that really like you, but they're not hangers on in the band.
Right, yeah. Because we have me, the lead singer, and then 2 other performers, which is it like a drummer and a guitarist?
Yeah.
Okay.
The guitarist switches off between bass and non-bass depending on what you need.
Right.
He also does know mandolin, but Michelle has put a ban on REM songs because he got
Okay.
really tired of hearing "Losing My Religion."
Wait, he's got a
so,
mandolin.
yeah.
Good to know.
Never plays mandolin. He could be easily swayed if you wanted to take over the band. He really wants to play mandolin. So the local morning DJ kind of goes, "Oh, that's all righteous. It's all cool, man." So it's an all ages venue, so you don't have to be 21.
Alright.
We have like a death metal pop band like that are like 12. And they're super cool.
Oh, I'd love to see them.
Yeah, they rock so hard. There's like 5 of them, and they like do like points of a compass thing. It's righteous. Can never say their name there. It's like a takeoff a Norwegian word. I can't say it. Too funny. But yeah, man, if you want to sign up, we're doing it free, kind of like as an end of the summer sort of thing. So if you just want to sign up here, and then like just have a favor, I gotta ask you, man. Once you're done signing up.
Yeah, he'll sign papers and everything for it.
And you know all your bandmates' names, so you signed up all their names correctly in their correct position. And he goes,
All
"Oh,
right.
righteous. Okay. So, dude, I need you to do this favor for me. Is what I need for you. It's nothing weird. So, which is great when a DJ says that. To you.
Yeah. That's a great way to open. Hey, I have a favor for you.
So
Yeah.
we had like this giveaway last week, right? Like we were doing like this like Motown Hot Days of Summer giveaway, and like nobody wanted the tickets for the thing. So we have like 5 free passes for like a press night at the Angel Grove Natural History Museum. There's like a new exhibit. Like there's like a new like professor lady that like knows about beetles or something, and it's like a press night thing with like food and drinks and like high quality, high top AC, which is like righteous right now because it's like really hot. So like I got like 5 tickets. Like if you'll just take them off my hands, so it's like one less thing I have to do. Like I can go back to like.
Yeah, sure. I just so I just have to go to this thing. Do I have to do anything at this thing, or?
I mean, no, it's a little bit of a hassle because like a lot of the people there will be like press, so like there's gonna be like drinking, but just like don't do that if you're not of age. But like everything else is cool. The food's usually pretty good. I just need to get rid of these tickets, man.
I'll take them.
Yeah, that's super cool.
That's fine. I'm pretty sure I know people that would be interested.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. So that's cool. So he gives you the tickets, and he's like, so it's like a $5,000 thing if you win. There's like no deal for it, but like we'll have you into the studio and like you can record a couple songs and we'll play them during like local indie night if you win. It's super cool. And then he's like, and you get to cut a demo for a KTEA and do like one of our like super promo things.
Okay.
Yeah. So good luck. I don't think you're gonna win against like the baby death metal band, but like they're right.
That's gonna be a hard one to
They're
beat.
so
Yeah.
hard. They go so hard. They like one of them does like blood capsules on stage in their mouth. It's like super like so useful. So right.
How old are they?
They're like 12. It's amazing. There's so much energy.
Man, that would be a mix of adorable and terrifying.
Oh, it's so terrifying. Like they're just like screaming at you all the time.
That'd be great.
What kind of music does your band play, man? Do you do like a
kind of like
a
a lot of rock. Sometimes we kind of bridge off into heavy metal, like Metallica, that sort of thing. But do we have to have original songs for this, or?
It's easier if you do original because like
right.
If we're gonna record it,
far we've done stuff. But I think we got some original ones.
I think original would be better because like if we record it, then we don't have to worry about royalties, which come out of your.
I'll make sure me and the band practice our original ones.
Sweet. No, I wouldn't recommend blood capsules. Like I think you should play keyboard. I wouldn't do blood capsules with keyboard, but like if you want to do like hardcore, you could do like devil horns or something, or like oh man, no, you know what you should do? Like all of you dress up in drag as like unless you have like a female Christian, but like you could like dress up as like the weird witch lady in the sky who like wants to kill us all. That'd be super cool. I would vote for you.
Oh, I think I got some ideas. of what we could do.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, no, good luck, man. There's like, right now we're like even Stevens. There's like 10 bands that are going to do it. So it's going to be a good night. It's going to be super cool. Like, and it like happens before school starts again. So if like y'all are like a school band, you'll be good. We had the Madrigals perform last year. That was a lot. They were kind of a trip. They were good, but they're just not the right venue for them. Bless them. But like your Madrigals though, if you're at Angel Grove High, super cool.
No, this sounds great. I'm amazingly excited.
And you should be. So you text Michelle or email them or call them, whatever, you connect with Michelle. And
I got a wonderful gig lined up for us that could win us some money.
Got the Battle of the Bands going on, and now you have these tickets to the Angel Grove Natural History Museum from KTEA Angel Grove Radio. Tunes that keep Angel Grove hopping. So who do you want to take with you to?
Well, I have 5 tickets.
You have 5.
I feel like they kind of sell themselves here with me and my other 4 friends.
Yeah. The tickets do say it is a press night for, and I have the name, Dr. Amy Whitaker Scott, who, yes, she has a degree in whatever the term for beetles is. Like she has a specialization in it so much that is her PhD.
Yeah, bugs, essentially, but specifically beetles.
Specifically beetles, that is her bug. If you Google information about her, like it comes up, she's got like a picture. She's fairly well known for it. New transplant, Angel Grove. But now you have these tickets. You should probably tell your friends so they can go.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to message everybody after I do a little research on the event and the presenter and everything, so I can let everybody know that I have these tickets and the information of what it is as much as I can. Like, hey, if anybody likes, museums and history and bugs and beetles and stuff, this seems cool. I think there's free food too.
What?
Yeah, Brick. There should be food there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down to go to check out some bugs.
Yeah. I think Cecily's into going and everything. What about you, Jane?
Yeah, I'm down to go. I love going to museums. I'm not really big on bugs, but I like museums.
Yeah.
Eddy does not respond right away.
Right.
If Jester does end up making it tonight, then Eddy will have responded positively. But for the moment, let's say they have something going on, and they are a little elusive about it. But they're like, it's not evil. Don't worry, Matt. So they at least are upfront that it's not evil, but they can't actually tell you what they're up to.
All right.
Yes. Which is a thread that will be pulled another time.
That's fair.
Yes. So this press reception happens at the Angel Grove Natural History Museum. How does everybody dress for this event? If I said to you, you're going to a press night, how do you dress up?
I think we probably should dress nice-ish. I don't think it's like a big formal like suit and tie kind of thing. But, probably shouldn't go in sweats or something. Unless we somehow coordinated the same style, then maybe that would, I don't know. I'm overthinking.
I guess James probably, I don't know, maybe wear like a sundress. Not like anything too fancy, but nice enough or something like that.
Yeah, I think Quentin would probably try to get like some sort of button-up shirt and khakis.
Your family does have a nice collection of ties that you like never wear. I think your dad once referred to them as like church ties, but it's kind of ironic, in a way. So like, if you want a tie, like you do have some ties.
I'll go through the ties and pick out the most colorful one in the bunch.
There is one that is dark blue with Snoopy as a red baron on it at the bottom.
Ooh.
That's probably the most colorful.
Yeah, I'm going with the Snoopy tie.
Rick is gonna wear his nicest baseball jersey, and then when everyone asks him about it, he's gonna go, "What? It has buttons."
I can't fault him for it.
Your mom, as you're getting ready, is like standing in your open doorway and is like, so who's going to be at this event tonight, Rick?
A lot of
just all my friends, Mom. You know, like Quentin and Quentin and Cecily and
there's a science lady that's going to be there.
Yeah, Mom, it's bugs, Mom. Okay, it's not like romantic or anything.
Wait, is it going to be romantic? Is there something I need to know?
No, Mom, it's bugs, Mom. No.
So Quentin and Cecily going to be there. You're hanging out with these kids a lot. Are they going out for baseball, or are they on the team?
No, I just, I thought I'd, like, for senior year, I thought I'd maybe, like, branch out and get some friends that, like, are out of baseball. I don't know. I'm tired of hanging out with those guys.
That doesn't sound... Are you... Is one of these friends offered you... You're not doing something we're going to have to test for.
No, Mom, no. No. Have you seen them? They're nerds, Mom.
Yeah.
Okay. But like you know the deal, right? This is your make or break year. If you want to get in to the minors, like you're gonna have to. You're not really gonna have time for friends outside of baseball. I love you, honey, but like you gotta get your head in the game, just like in that High School Musical movie that we made you watch.
Yeah, Mom, I know. Don't worry about it. I mean, it's cool. I still talk to the baseball guys all the time. It's just, I've just made some friends outside of it, so I like hanging out with them. So that's what I've been doing.
And then you hear your dad's voice, "Leave the boy alone." But your dad is like halfway through a sloppy Joe, so there's like also the sound of chewing. And your mom is just kind of rolls her eyes and then just kind of gives you that look like, later, we're not done with this discussion yet, as you button the last button on your festive baseball jersey. And it really should be that you should dress up a little bit, because the Angel Grove Natural History Museum is really only rivaled in size by the Smithsonian. But whereas the Smithsonian is 20 small buildings on one compound in a trench coat, masquerading as one museum. The Indragrove Natural History Museum is 20 small buildings in one big building. The press reception for the new beetle wing exhibit, they're giving her a whole wing for beetles, starts in the tri-level atrium. You enter it by passing a box office and big heavy window double doors. You go down a little hallway into this atrium that is beautiful and large and round. It has a glass top ceiling dome that when you look up, it glitters like a meteor cascading through the atmosphere. And it has a Latin phrase ringing around it. Potentia tiene trut et pluvea savis. And the atrium really is there to kind of transport you back in time. It has lush greenery, dark mahogany railings that have been all polished up for the big event. There would normally be like this kind of prehistoric-y, jungly soundtrack, but you can't hear it because the press that has shown up to the event are already enjoying the drinks. They're not rowdy, but like if you came here for like a very quiet event, it's really not going to be that until Dr. Whitaker Scott gets up to speak. For people that like IMAX theaters or butterfly pavilions, they are roped off, but there are like signs pointing to different cool things you can do at the Natural History Museum. They've done exhibits for sea creatures of the deep, exhibits even for things like pottery. And every level has its own gift shop, just to make sure you get a varied amount of merchandise. The gift shop is not open this evening. You will notice that you are the youngest people here. By far, you are the youngest people here, and I want everyone to roll deception for me.
Deception. Can I do persuasion?
No, you need deception.
Deception. Can I okay, I'll roll.
So, deception for a very particular.
It's all good.
Jane got a 5.
Jane
All
got
right. Now remember, everybody, we are teenagers. We should be able to lie, right?
Jane is not very good at lying.
We got a great. track
What
record
is
right
that,
now.
dude?
Cecily got an 18.
Thank
Cecily
you,
got
Cecily.
18. Cecily.
Oh yes. Me and Cecily are trying to pick up the pace.
Story point. Story point.
You can use story
Yeah, can I
point
do
if you
that
want.
too?
Story
Yeah, you can use
point.
story point if you want.
Roll.
Just remember, you only get one a scene, and I haven't told you when the next scene is. You can totally do it if you want. It's up to you.
I'm already deciding what Cecily's dress looks like right now.
Actually, I'm gonna keep mine. I'm gonna keep my 5 because I want to save
Yeah.
it. But Jane is so bad at lying. Her persuasion skill is true.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay. And I'm going to ask you, Jane, to edit out that damn.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry.
So you're going to kind of be stuck with that 7, but that's okay.
That's all good.
Jane, yes, you're not very good at lying, which is, we'll see how you feel at the particular moment in time. So before we
What are
go,
we lying about?
you'll see.
Not doing drugs?
You'll see. Brick's mom is actually in the crowd, like hailing.
Yeah,
him.
it was just eyeballing all of us.
That's not. It's not. That would be hilarious. So let's go with Cecily. What did you end up wearing to the Beetle Wing exhibit?
I am imagining she's wearing a blue tulle dress, midi length, like very, not something that teenagers would normally wear. It's more like 50s inspired, I'd say. With her hair twisted up with like a beetle pendant, like broochy thing in her hair.
All right. Yeah. So you don't look like a teen, which is probably why you don't have any problem. Unfortunately for Jane, who got the lowest deception roll, there is an older, balding, heavyset gentleman who wears a little name tag, Ham Japet, Ham is the head of RTN5, the Angel Grove TV news subsidiary in town, local news, not quite PBS, but not like ABC. And he kind of like gets in your space and is like, "You a junior reporter?"
No, sir.
It doesn't matter. Junior, be kind. Get an old man a drink, and he tinkles like a glass that definitely had whiskey in it. Like you can still smell the whiskey in it. And he holds it out to you, but he just like tinkles it. He doesn't say anything else.
Do I see any like waiters or waitresses coming by?
No.
Of course not.
Tinkle, 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 tinkle.
Are there any like tables nearby where I could set the glass down when his back is to me?
Yeah. There's that.
Okay.
Tinkle, 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 tinkle.
I don't want to be rude, so I'll take it and then start to walk like towards the bar, like I'm gonna get him a drink and then set it down on a table.
He sees you set down a table and he comes over and says, "Hey, how about you do what I say, sweetheart, and I don't get you kicked out of this event?"
I was gonna get you a fresh glass.
Brick is gonna notice what's going on, and he is going to kind of put himself in between Jane and this guy, and he's gonna be like, "What's your problem, man? She said she was fine. Leave her alone."
It's today. And Ham is not exactly what you'd call a fighter or a lover, but he's also like not quite two shoes to the wind. So like he just kind of walks off, leaving Brick and Jane alone together. Unfortunately, Brick, you don't have time to savor the victory because you get accosted by a very tall gentleman that gets between you and Jane and goes, "Hey, you made it. Good for you. Sports reporters never take my advice and take any bait they can get. Oh, they think because I'm an old man named Slim, I don't know anything. Well, without my camel work, nobody would ever see anybody." Ha ha ha!
I'm gonna pretend like I recognize the guy, and just kind of like,
You got a 7, so he knows that you're lying, but also doesn't care.
Yeah, Brick's just like, "Oh yeah, you."
yeah, exactly, 100%.
There you are.
This should be. So he says, "Oh, this should be so good. I love coming to these museum things because we'll have another one again in 2 months. Oh, they got the best food. Try the little submarine sandwiches. They keep them cold. Great."
Jane is gonna look around really quick, and she does not see Brick's mom, correct?
Brick's mom.
He sees Brick's
did
mom
not-
everywhere.
Brick's mom did not fail him. Brick's
Okay.
mom is not.
Okay, so to like get us out of this situation, she's gonna like awkwardly put her arm through Brick's and say, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you said you were gonna introduce me to that guy over there and try to like get us out of this situation, if that
Oh,
works."
now hold on, little filly. I'm not done talking to sports reporter. Like there's some talking going on here. I keep saying it's great to do these gigs because every 2 months you can do these because every 2 months they have a new one after the old one disappeared. It's so good. So don't miss out on the submarine sandwiches because they won't have them next time. Next time they'll probably have those stupid pigs in a blanket again. Oh, that's awful on the digestive. So like, always come, always a good time. Yeah. And then Slim is going to look around and go, "Where did I set my drink?"
Do I see this tall guy bugging? him and
you cannot
doing,
miss-
where did I set my drink down?
You cannot miss the tall guy. He is the
Okay.
tallest, baldest person at this.
Then I'm gonna try to do the whole like I'll get a drink from the bar, whether it's one of those non-alcoholic cocktails or what. I don't think it matters at this point.
Non-alcoholic. Do I look?
And I'll. Well, no, I'm not saying he knows it's non-alcoholic right now, but I'm gonna just play it off like, "Hey, I think this is yours," and just try to like sweep in and move Jane and Brick away.
There is no one at the bar.
Okay.
There is a bar, but it's positioned in a way where you can't like get behind it, which they
Mhm.
have done purposely
Right.
based upon the people that you've thus so far met at this event.
Yeah.
Seems like a good idea.
I'm gonna kind of interrupt the guy talking about whatever he's talking about, and I'm gonna be like, I don't understand why all you guys, just because you're adults, feel like you don't have to ask someone's name. She's not a folly or whatever you called her. She has like a name. It's Jane.
Picking
And
up for your
listen,
girlfriend. Good job. Good job.
thanks, bud. And also, you better. I don't want to ever hear disrespect for pigs in a blanket ever again. It's the best hors d'oeuvre in the world. And I'm just going to take Jane and Quentin and I'm just going to like walk away from the guy.
That's great. I'm going to give you a story point for defending pigs in a blanket.
Honestly,
I love it.
that
I
was
love
the
it.
chivalry
Amazing.
we were looking for.
Right,
That
yeah.
is the chivalry
Right
you're
there.
looking for. That deserved a story point, if nothing else. And so, none of you will notice this. Cecily will notice this because I think she got the highest perception, didn't you, Cecily?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so none of you have noticed this because you're either trying to avoid the bar or avoid the drunk people that have apparently given up on doing good diligence in reporting. And there's no Dr. Whitaker Scott yet. But Cecily, there is a side door leading out into kind of like evening air garden area that probably is like an exit of some kind, but also no one's paying any attention to it. There's a little curl of smoke, like someone's having like a little bit of a break. And when you look around the corner, there's like a 20-year-old dude just like having a little smoke break and goes, "Hey."
Hey, are you supposed to be smoking here?
No, but they're all going to be too drunk in like 10 minutes.
I mean, what if like something was to like what if smoke harmed an artifact or something like that?
I'm outside. It's fine. They can't fire.
Oh, so you work here?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, technically, I'm going to be like a veterinarian in a couple of years. Yeah, no, I'm supposed to be man in the bar, but like I'm taking a break because if I keep serving them, like they're just going to get louder. Like, kind of feel bad for them because like they know we're all doomed. But, like, at some point, I just need a little break from the noise, you know? I'm Flip, by the way. Hi, I'm Flip.
Hi, Flip. I'm Cecily.
Oh, it's a pretty name. Oh, cool.
Thanks.
Look at you got some style. Look at you, all in blue. Look at that. That's really neat. You're real original. I like that. I like that about you. And it gives you like finger guns.
She shoots them awkwardly back because that's something she would do, and she's like, "Wait, that was weird." To like do it. And, she's like, "Well, you mean doomed by like them just getting loud and drunk, right? Not like we're gonna like be doomed, right?"
Oh no! Like the whole city is doomed. Like you get like people coming down out of the sky that are like gray, like punching people in the street. And, like we have like
yeah, but we have like the Power Rangers, right? Like they're pretty cool.
What are the Power Rangers?
Haven't you seen them? Like, you know, like at like the music and art festival where people were like, they were like fighting. They were fun.
Oh, I was working
outfits.
I was working at the gift shop. I never get to go. I always have to work the gift shop that weekend. I hear good things though. Like for like Power Rangers, so like electricians.
No, they're not like electricians. They're like, I guess they're kind of like, I don't know. They're like superheroes, kind of. I guess you could call them. But they're like in color-coded suits, and they work together as a team and fight things. And they're pretty much against those gray things coming down from the sky, which, you know, they're. She stops herself because she was about to be like, they're not as tough as they look, but that she wasn't gonna.
Oh, do they rescue dogs? I like dogs.
I mean, I they've never there's never been an incident where a, there's been a dog in the way. I don't think. Have any animals been hurt?
I mean, we just like we don't get a lot of street dogs, but like sometimes at the vet clinic, people bring in dogs. Like I don't think any of like the monsters have gone after dogs in particular, but it's still sad. Still sad.
No, I completely understand, but I'm pretty sure that these Power Rangers would totally help any dogs that came their way. I think a lot of them actually like animals. I don't know. I've never talked to one of the Power Rangers, so I don't really know.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna have to look out for them. Do they have like bike helmets or anything like that? Like, what am I
They
looking
kind of
for?
look like they're wearing like motorcycle helmets, but
Oh.
with like animal kind of horns or ears on them, depending.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think they're like different
Do they-
dinosaurs, really.
I was gonna say, do they like ride
something.
motorcycles? That would be cool.
I mean, there's things, like I would just, like on your break or something when you're not smoking outside, I would check it out on like the Grove or like Google or something and take a look. I'm sure that there's probably pictures.
Oh no, I wouldn't be on Groves. That's like for teenagers, man. Oh no.
Oh, right.
Hey,
thanks.
Cecily,
Hi.
what's going on?
Oh hey, there's another one of you. Oh my god. You're in a baseball uniform. That's righteous. Look at you.
Yeah, I play.
Oh, it's so cool. Like pro? Like you play for like the college or something?
Yeah, I got some recruiters looking at me, I guess. Anyway, Cecily, who is this guy?
His name is Flip, and he's a bartender.
Yeah, I know. My parents named me Flip. It's weird. It's a weird scene. Hey, so you kids are super cool. So I want to help you out. By the way, this isn't a real cigarette. This is like one of those stage jobs because like them people won't bother me, which is super cool. And he repockets it because it's not a real cigarette. It's fun technology that he does not understand how it works. And he slides behind the bar and like rummages down and brings up like really exclusive sodas from Parky's, which was that place in Restaurant Row. Like this is
right.
fancy. And he's like, so this is like the actual good stuff, like non-alcoholic stuff. Like we never get kids at these press events, so like I never give these to like anybody. But we have these, and like I've got some like other stuff in the back if like y'all want some like actual good stuff. Don't eat the submarine sandwiches. They've been out for like an hour. Like they're probably bad by now.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Cecily's gonna grab one of the bottles, and she's not gonna open it. She's just gonna like hold it between her hands while she turns towards Brick.
It's a twist top, by the way. It's a twist top, man.
Perfect. Righteous.
Rick is just rescuing everyone tonight.
Weird. I think Cecily's like about to take a drink of the soda or whatever, and I'm gonna like stop her from doing that because if I remember correctly, those sodas have a bad.
These are different sodas. These are sodas in a bottle. These are like fancy. Like this is like a German soda. This is one that you've heard about from like Renberg people, but you've never actually seen. It is. I don't know what the German is, but it translates roughly to honeycomb soda.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
she definitely wants to go for that. That sounds like fun.
Okay, never mind. I just something came in my head about sodas being a problem at some point. Anyway,
it was a problem at some point very recently, so it's a good instinct. And then you hear Flip kind of make a noise that sounds like a curse word, but it's like a third of a curse word. And he goes, "Oh man, they didn't stock any of the." Hey, so like these old people are going to turn into like sharks in like 2 minutes because they're going to want their booze. So here's the deal. Like I don't want to have to go all the way back down the hallway to the stock room. you seem like good kids, interesting kids. Like one of you does like baseball or whatever. Would you mind taking these keys and going down the hallway to the fridge and like getting me some stuff out of like the kitchen or whatever? Trust me, you're not going to want to be around in like 10 minutes. They're going to start drinking and they're going to start like talking to you and hitting on you. It's going to be real weird. So like,
Yeah,
I don't know if
I
you've
think
got
we've
any-
already kind of experienced some of that. Anyway, but
okay.
yeah, we'll help you out. Where are we
I'll-
going?
I'll slip you like a 50. And
Oh,
yeah, because it's like it's hard work. Like you got to actually go get stuff. It's not cool. And so like there's like he gives you a key. And just kind of points up to like a side ramp that goes into like an employee entrance. He's like, if you've got friends here like that are your age, you should like all go together because like they're gonna start getting real. I feel bad for Dr. Scott, man. Like no one's gonna listen to her speech and then she's gonna like disappear in a couple months. I feel real bad for her.
What do you mean
like-
disappear? Why is she disappearing?
Oh, that's just like most of the people that have taken the jobs here in like the past couple of years, they've just like a couple months in and then they just don't show up anymore.
Really?
seems like
Yeah.
a major problem.
I mean, it is. It sucks. But also, like, there's not really a tenure thing. So, like, there's always someone to fill the job. But yeah, like, it's not great. There's no continuity. It's not cool. I like Beatles. And so, like, I'm going to be super bummed when she disappears.
I'm just kind of looking at him and I take the key from him and I'm just like, so where is this stock room exactly?
It's just down the hallway. It's the only door on the left after you've gone. Like, there's a really cool mural that like a couple people have like painted. It's super awesome. And then you just go past the mural, and then like it's gonna be like an open door. The key is just like if it's still locked or whatever. Whatever you see in there in the fridge, it's good. I heard they got some of those really awesome unicorn cupcakes from the Unicorn Bake Shop. So like you should
Unicorn.
probably eat those. Yeah, like there's this like vegan cupcake place in town now or something, and they like do like brownies and cupcakes, and they're like all unicorn themed, super neat. Yeah, so like no one here is gonna appreciate that, and they're super good. You should like totally like snarf them down. I think.
Cool. We'll go and grab your stuff, and then Brick is gonna take the key and start heading in the direction of the stock room.
Yes. Have you taken Flip's advice? Is everyone going to the stock room with you, or are you leaving?
Well, I assumed
I'm
we
gonna
were
go.
kind of, yeah, I assumed we were kind of all together still because we've kind of like grouped up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quentin will probably catch up with everybody after Brick went around saving everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they'll probably walk by him and he's sitting there with Quentin sitting there with a little
I
pad
thought he was nice.
writing every once in a while and he goes, "Oh hey, there you guys are."
No, he definitely seems like a nice guy, just a little off, but let's go get his stuff and then we'll do a little more investigating. I'm interested in what he had to say about her disappearing. We should keep our
That
eyes on Dr.
Wait,
Jones.
Is
Somebody's
concerning.
Dr.
disappearing?
Scott. Yeah, the bartender guy was telling us about
Flip.
Dr.
His name is Flip.
Flip.
Okay, what? Do you got a crush on him or something?
I
Anyway,
don't
so
have a crush. I just
okay,
say his name.
all right. So
Wait,
anyway,
Flip?
yeah, Flip. Anyway, so
Okay.
he was telling us about how like everyone that works at the museum like ends up going missing after a couple months. So, I think we should keep an eye on Dr. Scott if we can.
The tall guy, didn't he say something about people keep disappearing every couple months too?
Yeah, maybe. I think he did. I don't know. I wasn't really listening to him. He kind of, his voice annoyed me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're
That's a DM burn. I can't take away story points.
not you, the guy.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, the guy you were playing.
The guy you
I
were
was
playing.
playing my own voice, and my own voice somehow works.
Yeah. So
Okay, so we have
I
a
don't
bunch
know.
of disappearances.
Yeah,
or just a
sounds
museum
like
with
it.
an oddly high turnover rate?
Yeah, sounds like it.
I need everyone at this point, now you are all traveling down the hallway, give me a culture roll, please.
I'm horrible tonight. I got a 6.
Whoa!
We're still in the same scene, so no
All
one can
right.
re-roll. I'm just going to let you know we are still in the same scene.
I
Rick,
got
you
us
and I, we're
tickets
just
to a
not gonna pass
museum. I am
anything.
full of culture right now.
I got a
So much
16.
I got a 19.
All right, I'm gonna let Cecily and Quentin take the lead on this one.
Actually,
Same.
Actually, it's going to be really interesting. So Jane got a 6, Rick got a 1, Quentin got a 19, Cecily got a 16. Brick, you're traveling up a small ramp, and on the left side of the hallway are a whole bunch of pictures of old professory type dudes. Every now and then a woman, but mostly old white men, because that was the field of science for like way too long. You kind of start to notice, and Janie start to notice that too, the years between them get shorter and shorter. And then all of a sudden, the years between them become months. There are a lot of pictures on this wall, and they're getting progressively younger and younger into your time period. This is a wall of like professors that have worked here. It's either a massively high turnover or they really are disappearing, which is kind of weird.
I'd like to talk to the HR department about this.
They've also disappeared.
I'm gonna bring it to everyone's attention then. That all of the length of the amount of time that people are staying at the museum seems to get progressively shorter and shorter. And I'm just gonna be like, yeah, it seems like we've got a real retention problem here.
Noticed that too.
Yeah.
Quentin, you're having trouble keeping focus on the wall of portraits because on your side, on the right side of the hallway, it's the right side of the hallway, it's the opposite side of the hallway, whatever it is, there is a mural. Someone painted the most amazing mural of like prehistoric times. Like it's high class, great, whoever made it. There's a little signature in the end. It has a B and a K. You're pretty sure that doesn't stand for Burger King, but like whoever initials are BK, they did a great job. You might want to hire them for some album art. But as you kind of
Brick, I didn't know you painted a mural.
Talking about.
You painted a mural? Why didn't you
The
tell us?
initials on this are BK. I mean,
Hey.
I don't know any other BKs, so
Oh, that's
pretty sure it's not Burger King.
yeah.
Then I'd be a fan of his work.
Yeah.
but Quentin,
I'm gonna look at the mural a lot more. Sorry.
as you're looking at the mural, at first it just seems like kind of a normal scene, not too Disney. It's actually probably more accurate than it should be. But then, Cecily, as you're kind of admiring the art, you start to notice interesting color choices in the dinosaurs. It's kind of funny, you know. You were pretty sure there were no red Tyrannosaurus rexes, and you were pretty sure saber-toothed tigers were not either yellow or alive when the T-Rex was alive.
Yeah.
And you're pretty sure that woolly mammoth is not brown, but is closer to black with maybe a little bit of purple highlight for like shadow purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see what I'm throwing down there. I hope you are. 'Cause
I do.
I can't be more specific than that.
Is there a unicorn in the picture?
Yeah. Where's the unicorn?
They're actually blue flowers with little white thorns on them.
Oh. Well, that's poetic. Cecily's gonna lean over and start pointing out the things, and she'll be like, "It looks like somebody has similar inspiration to our present company.
Is there a date on the painting?
Give me an investigation. That's investigation. Give me. You don't have investigation here, so it's like.
For art, maybe it is culture still.
Yeah. Give me performance because that's visual art. So give me
Okay.
a performance roll if you want to look for it.
Performance?
Yeah, because that includes visual art. There's not really an investigation. Like infiltration in this case isn't going to give you investigation stuff. So we're going to go with that.
14.
There was a date, but whoever put the date in, that date has been scratched off.
Huh.
There definitely should be a date. But there's a little space for it, but there's no date.
Is this the same? Is this BK? Is this also BK?
Yeah, the whole mural was done by one person.
Oh, I didn't know if this was a separate painting.
No, it's one long mural.
Do I feel any energy coming off of this painting? Like something like Morphin grid like or anything? Or
No, that would be really neat though. But no,
Yeah.
there's no. It's just
Okay. I have like smarts in old world history. Is
Ooh.
there any way I could like tell like if it's got like a specific art influence to it, like Renaissance, Baroque, Rococo?
no. Actually, as far as you can tell, the influence is. I don't know if you ever read the Clan of the Cave Bear books. So the Clan of the Cave Bear books were a series called Earth's Children about cavemen, essentially becoming Homo sapiens, and the hardbound cover versions of them have this interesting, sprawling, prairie early Americana art style. It's just at the edges of your knowledge, though. Cecily, you don't have,
Okay.
you didn't focus enough of it to know it. Like you just know that it's not like Ansel Adams. It's not like a painting of Yosemite.
Okay. Good to know.
But most importantly, as you are investigating the portraiture of the people that are definitely disappearing, and you're investigating this mural with oddly specific colored dinosaurs, there is a woman standing outside of the kitchen in a ponytail, and she looks a little too young for the serious business suit she's wearing with like the lab coat. She's holding like a black folio, and she's like mouthing a speech to herself. She doesn't seem startled to see anyone, but she kind of looks at you through rimmed glasses and goes, "Hi, am I in your way?"
We were just on a little bit of a favor for someone.
Oh, did Flip send you up the ramp?
Guilty as charged.
He did. That's weird.
Oh, he sent you in the back so you could all get some desserts. You don't have to go. There's nothing in here he actually needs. He just like sent you to get you out of harm's way. Are they all? Is it really bad down there? Are they really drunk? Are they even going to know, like, if someone's giving a speech?
I mean, I don't know. We ran into a couple guys, and they seemed a little toasted, to say the least.
As I would say, they were in their cups.
Oh, I like that. That's very vintage of you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm supposed to be giving a speech down there, like doing this press reception thing, and then taking like some group of kids around to see. Somebody won some tickets or something. I'm supposed to take them to see my new exhibit before anybody else.
That's us.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Yes. Okay, you're much younger than people that normally come to press nights, but that's great. Hello. I'm Dr. Scott. Hi. Amy, if you like, you can call me Amy. I I make all the press people call me Dr. Scott because like I'm like a woman scientist, so like the Harley Quinn thing doesn't work for me. But like you can call me Amy if you want because I feel like you're not gonna look down on me for being a woman scientist.
No, of course not.
Unicorn cupcakes. I don't know if any of you have had them, but like they're amazing. They're like vanilla with like this chocolate creme pat, almost Parisian, but still like American style. Like you should have one of those, and then no one's going to remember if I even gave a speech. So I'd just like to take you kids on the tour. We can get that over with.
All right.
I mean, okay, yeah, and I definitely want to try these unicorn cupcakes.
Yeah, me too.
They are beautiful and delicious. Did anyone see? There's a Bugs Bunny cartoon with like a really big horse, and it's like an opera
Yeah.
set piece. So the unicorn cupcakes are like the face, like they did the thing with buttercream, where they did like the face of the horse.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, they're super cute and they're super tasty, and there's one for each of you, because that's just how everything works. Amy has already had hers, but Amy takes the key from you that Flip gave you, and is like, "I'll return this to him later. Don't worry about it." She's just seems relieved to not have to give the speech to a room full of drunken court reporters, essentially. So she leads you kind of down a winding path, kind of through a back entrance to the middle of the museum. It is dead quiet here, which would be kind of cool, but it's a little off-putting. But then she leads you through another room, and the best way to describe this is like a tunnel of jellyfish. Like jellyfish they're not living jellyfish, they're like jellyfish of like ancient past. And so it's this like lighted kind of purple blue tunnel that she's taking you through. It's called the Jellyfish Tank Room for anyone that has visited the Angel Grove Natural History Museum in the past. But then she takes you to the kind of new exhibit wing. Calling it a wing is it's a glorified like mini hallway with an office at the end and some like display cabinets around that are locked. It's definitely about insects. You can finally kind of hear the soundtrack. Definitely beetles. Like she definitely talks about beetles. She talks about her time kind of in South America studying specific types of beetles. And there's like a vibe here for it. She also does mention that she was warned not to take this job, but it was the only job she could find in her field. So she took it even knowing that she was warned about people disappearing from the job. But she's like, I'm a woman in science. What else would I do? Like, I kind of have to.
Right.
Guess that's the problems with higher academia.
How long have you been here, Dr. Scott?
Oh, this is it's been like a month, but also most of that month I spent setting up kind of these display cases. No one helped me. Flip would come in every now and then when he wasn't working at the gift shop. He's a little weird, but kind of nice. But I'm pretty much kind of left to my own devices here. I feel a little bit like a sacrificial lamb, but like, what can you do? It's important that people learn about beetles. I'm kind of the expert on the field. So.
Have you met anyone here that's worked here longer than you?
Not anyone under 80, but those are all like board of director people, and they don't come out of their offices. I don't think I could pick them out of a lineup, really.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, they shake your hand on the day they hire you, and then just never hear from them again. But they pay the bills, so I gotta. It's not the weirdest arrangement in museum sciences. I'll give you that much. Everyone, roll me alertness, if you'll please.
I don't know about you guys, but this is feeling all very Lovecraftian to me.
Oh, yeah.
Jane got an
Ooh. 21.
Ooh, I got a 4.
In English, 21.
14.
14 from Quentin. Cecily 4, Jane 8. So Britt, you're going to get one piece of information, and Cecily, you're going to get another piece of information. But I think this works. So, Britt, you're kind of walking around the room as Amy is talking, and like it's all starting to sound a little weird and sus. And like the gift of being in Angel Grove is that you get used to monster attacks. The downside is that you get used to weirdness like this, or people do, and they get complacent. Unfortunately, you kind of start to notice among kind of like some of the tablature, some of the hieroglyphics that you're seeing, when you look a certain way, kind of looks like faces, kind of doesn't look like a pictophonetic language more than it's like faces that are potentially trapped in stone tablets. If you look a certain way, like you have to look at it. Do you remember when you were at like the place where you had to like stand in a certain section of the room to like see? It's kind of like the magic 3DI thing all over.
Am I noticing that the stone tablets look a lot like the people that are in the murals?
So you're not exactly 100% sure, but they
Excuse
kind
me.
of look. They kind of look like the like they're definitely old white dudes. Like this is not like, it's not like, oh, that kind of makes a face. It kind of looks like Jesus on a flatbread. No, this is like, if you turn a certain way, it looks like a person. Yeah.
Okay.
And Cecily, at the same time, you notice that one of the cabinets, kind of in the middle of the room, and this is where you can start looking at the map. The cabinet in the middle on the left from where you entered, it's not unlocked, but the little lock thing in it has kind of been broken. It's a particularly pretty display. It's got kind of some beetle artifacts, but then there's some like other jewelry stuff inside of there.
Okay. I'm gonna be poking around and like maybe like just point something at like Jane or something and be like, how sparkly and pretty this is, and then like silently motion to the broken.
Yeah, the problem with that is the second you get close enough to the cabinet, kind of motion, and you kind of get your finger close, one of the earrings kind of magnetizes and zooms over to you, and then a whole bunch of craziness kind of happens at once. And I need everyone to roll me initiative. And then I will explain the craziness so that you can understand the craziness. Everyone, give me some initiative, and I have.
Jane rolled a 2.
Jane rolled a 2.
Quinn got a 14.
Quentin got a 14.
Frick, 12.
Rick got a 12.
Cecily got a 6.
Cecily, you got a 6. And then I'm going to roll. I got a 14, and then I got a... I'm just going to leave those as they are. Okay, so kind of a couple things happen at once. So Cecily, this kind of earring thing, this very pretty earring, kind of zooms onto your finger. Nothing like happens. You don't disappear, but it's like unbottling something in the room. There's like a bit of smoke, and then there is a giant piranha beast standing right next to you, and they're not putties, but they're not putties. They're kind of like if putties were like more like red clay earthen, and they had like weird headdresses made out of like leaves, they would be putties. But they're very putty-like. And there's 4 of them.
I'm gonna check on Dr. Scott. How's she doing? Or is she? I'm suspected that she's kind of in on. She might be in on this a little bit, or maybe she's not. I don't know.
She is. If she had been dropping any, as she had been holding anything, she would have dropped it. She's kind of like screaming and kind of big-eyed about it, and slowly backing up to her office. But there's like a frozen with fear thing happening. Like there's like a kind of a, I would like to know more, but also a war within me for my own safety kind of thing.
Right. I'm gonna, since I can't really do much, I think I'm gonna head over to her and just kind of like tell her that we should. I'm gonna be like, Dr. Scott, we got to get out of here. This is dangerous, and I'm gonna kind of try to get her out of harm's way. Are we stuck in this room?
Yeah, the door's definitely like slammed closed to the hallway, leaving you alone in this room. It's very magic-y. It's very Rita magic-y, but it also doesn't feel the same as normal Rita magic-y. But that's something to tuck away for later. Then
I'm just gonna kind of like get in front of her and just kind of like protect her, I guess.
She pulls the back of your baseball uniform and goes, My office will be safe. Probably there's a door. There's a door there. And I can call security.
Okay, yeah, let's head over that way. So I'm gonna sort of take her towards the office.
There you go. You go into the office. I'm gonna let that be your action for this round. There is a piranha beast and 4, I'm going to call them temple guard putties, for lack of better terminology, to give you a visual. So like temple guard putties from Legends of the Hidden Temple, but in putty form.
All right.
And then we're going to have a good time. Quentin, you are up first because you beat the piranha beast.
All right. And Brick and the good doctor are heading towards her office.
Brick and the good doctor are now in her office. There's lots of like paper, so she wouldn't be able to see if you're asking if you can morph.
Right.
She would not notice that.
And Jane and Cecily, where are they?
Well, Cecily is currently ensconced with all the things, and Jane is just kind of on the other side of all the things of how they appeared in the room. So like it's kind of like you, Putties, Cecily, Piranha Beast, Putties, Jane. Like a layer cake.
Oh, joy. Wonderful layer cake. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pretty much just state yellow kitty power and turn into my yellow ranger self and deal with these piranha beasts while trying to tell Cecily and Jane, hey, look out.
You should say it's Morphin time if you're going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
But quietly, because there is a civilian currently. You can totally say it's Morphin time if you want.
It is Morphin.
All right. That was enthusiastic, but we're going to take it.
Well, I don't want to shout it.
You have transformed, so you do get you could attack if you wanted to, because morphing is like a free act.
Right. And yeah, I will. I think I'm going to try to use Nimble Fighter.
Great.
During this, so I'm going to strike at them. The nest is with my Shugo Claws, so I will use my little electrified Shugo Claws and try to engage the piranha beast in front of me in the hopes that I can use Nimble Fighter and then move on the
you will
opposite
have
side
to,
of them to get closer to Cecily.
you will need to hit the putty first.
Oh, the putties are between me and Cecily?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, those are the ones I'm going for then.
All right. They have a toughness of 16 unless you're trying to dodge them.
No. 13 on finesse.
13.
Right.
They are solid. You might. I would be a little alarmed at how solid they are.
Right?
They don't go down easy like a putty has traditionally
Mm-hmm.
gone down.
Does that still count as a successful melee hit?
That does not count as the successful part of the melee attack.
Right.
Has to be a
Does
successful
not
hit.
happen. Yeah.
Uh,
So he'll just dig his Shugo claws in the first one and be like, oh, these ones work out. Great.
they growl at you, which is somehow less
I-
comforting than the owl jellyfish sound.
Right.
Cecily,
Yes.
the piranha beast is kind of looking at you and just says, "Taste it."
Oh,
So, however you want to take that, the piranha
it's-
beast. What was that?
I was like, I think it's Morphin time. 'Cause-
You can't
That
morph
doesn't-
until it's your turn, and
Oh.
the piranha beast is going to try to take a bite out of you, and we'll see if that works. What is your toughness, Unmore?
my toughness unmore is 14.
14. So that's a 17. Yeah. So Cecily, you lost a health. There's no way around it. You just got like the piranha beast did not like draw blood because it's not that kind of show. But yeah, you just got like gnawed at by a sentient piranha humanoid, which I don't know how you feel about that, but that's I hate that. Hate that so much. So we're going to come back to Brick at the top of the round. We're going to pause that for the moment. Cecily, it's actually your turn. You get to respond to that.
Well, I want to fight this guy because I'm upset now because it hurt me. And
As
I
you
don't-
should.
Exactly. So we are going to. I'm gonna shout out. Well, I'm not gonna shout. I'm gonna go. Blue unicorn power. It's Morphin time, and it's time to get spiky and blue, but not like
All right.
Sonic.
That's valid. What would you like to do to repay the piranha beast for their kindness?
I want to stab it.
That is great. That's going to be 16 or higher. That is your goal to meet for stabbing.
And that's going to be with might.
Yes, whatever your normal stabbing procedure is with
Yes,
your
it is.
power sword.
And
How did
I
you-
got an 18.
You got an 18. The piranha beast, after you poke it, kind of slams back into the display wall. It did not expect that. It dribbles out a little bit of black ichor from its mouth, which somehow makes its teeth kind of gleam. But it did not expect that. So it is very aware of you now. For all that's worth. Jane, Cecily just had a bite taken out of her, but she repaid in kind. But you have a couple of putties you'd have to get through first before you could help. So.
Okay. I am also gonna say it's Morphin time and quietly but powerfully Red Tyranno power and morph. I would like to take my grappler and go low and see and like spin and see if I can trip all three of the putties with one spinning move if I can.
So you're only you technically could reach all 4.
Okay.
But because of how the room is designed, you're going to throw over a bench if you succeed, and you're actually probably going to trip Quentin and Cecily. Because with the kind of range, you don't get the finesse of choice. It's like an area attack as far as.
Okay.
I'm good with it.
No, I'm not going to do that. I want to hit. I want to swing at, I guess, whichever one is closest to me.
You're close enough that I'd give you 2 because they'd have the same toughness. So.
Okay. Would I be able to swing just enough to hit 2 of them and then stop myself before I hit anybody else?
Yeah, you have that kind of control. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, the room, you suddenly kind of realize as you're getting ready to aim that the room is not like as big as would be ideal for this kind of scenario. But yes, please do give us a swing.
18?
18 hits, and you're going to send one down to the floor. The other one you get, but it's kind of at half health. The one that you hit, you know how putties usually kind of dissolve into like gray clay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one kind of dissolves into, the polite term is back guano. Like there's definitely, like, it doesn't have like a smell you have to worry about, but it doesn't look like a putty has ever looked before that you can think of.
That's odd.
But one putty down, which is cool. The problem is the other putty is not happy. So they are going to try to high kick at your face in response to you hurting their buddy.
Rude.
What is your toughness currently?
17. Because I'm morphed.
17. They actually get an edge for this because they have the power in numbers perk. So because they're close enough together, they actually get an edge for this. Sadly.
In response, can I pull up my power shield before he hits me?
No.
Okay.
That is too much thing. That is too much happening once. I apologize.
Okay. No worries.
That's a 15 though. So I think you might have.
He did not hit me.
Did not hit you. Tried to go for the head, but even putty legs have to live with the science. So you avoid the sweep of the putty leg. Jane, you do notice very human. More human than putties normally kind of look. Like it kind of looks like there's like actual musculature going on, but also they're made of dirt, which is strange. Something strange is happening here.
Interesting. She's just going to file that away for later.
File that away for later. Speaking of filing things away for later, let's move to the office where Dr. Scott has asked you, Brick, to kind of block the door, and then tries to call security. But when she tries to call security, even you, Brick, hear that the phone lines are busy or down. It makes that kind of rat, 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 rat noise. Not great.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably move maybe some stuff to like barricade her door or whatever, and I'm gonna hear the non-working of the phones, and I also like to think that when they were morphing, you could see like kind of like little flashes of like a specific color through like the paper on the windows or whatever.
Oh yeah, totally. But
and
Dr.
she probably
Scott
asked like, what's happening? And I'm just kind of casually being like, nothing. I'm sure it's an alarm or something.
Yeah, Dr. Scott saw The Exorcist, and she's just like filing this away in I'm in a version of The Exorcist kind of thing. Doesn't know quite. You just hear her mutter Pazuzu under her breath. for all that that's worth. And she's like, what happened? What was that? More to what caused the evil things to come out of the hieroglyph. Brick, you were close enough to know that it was one of the jewelry pieces that made it happen.
One of the jewelry pieces that attached itself to Cecily?
Yeah. Only one piece did, but it was like a display of jewelry.
That okay. Do I ask her about? Okay.
I would recommend asking about it.
Yeah. Hey, what do you know about those that old jewelry case that we passed on the way here?
I mean, they made me include it with my exhibit. It doesn't fit because beetles very rarely represented in jewelry, usually more on tapestries. I didn't want to do it, but it was part of me having employment was to put it. This is apparently the wing where it's always been. Kind of what I work on. So now having something positive to do with their time instead of worrying about the phone lines being down, Amy goes to a box and scrambles and takes out this kind of amber preserved golden scarab beetle fossil. It looks kind of orange actually because it's an amber color. And she says, "Well, this is what I study. You know, I study beetles. I don't study much in jewelry." And the second it hits the light, the second you look at it, the casing of the amber cracks open, and she kind of drops it, and the golden scarab beetle inside skitters to life, and then it stops right in front of you, and it looks really patient, and then Amy starts speaking again, and she says, "The golden scarab beetle historically brings protection. In mythology, it occurs pretty often because it's one of the first documented domesticated species. Some of the earliest known tribes believed it was the protector of the world. If you know anything about the Greeks, it kind of got like an atlas feel to it. But I think you're supposed to take it. I think maybe
and
do its job."
As she says, I think you're supposed to take it. I've already kind of reached out my hand a little bit, unknowingly, and I'm guessing it kind of jumps up and attaches itself to me somehow.
Well, it doesn't quite jump. You get close enough to touch it, and it kind of explodes in gold energy is the best way that I can describe what happens. Not like you fly out of the room. It's just it's like gold fireworks, and your wristwatch, your communicator starts going absolutely crazy, and your whole body is just bathed in this mix of gold and pink lights. And I want you to open the message that I sent you earlier, and read exactly.
God!
I want you to read exactly what has happened to you.
Okay.
Actually, could you say okay again like you did the first time? So you got a power weapon because I like the.
Okay.
There we go.
The golden. Sorry.
It's many words, so take a breath if you need.
Tip of the tongue, the teeth, and the lips. The golden scarab shield is a grid relic weapon, something so ancient even some of the books in the lore library make no reference to it. Those chosen to wield it show immense heart and power and are gifted as thus. Survival boon savant. Anything you don't have a D2 skill in, you will roll as a D2 skill. Whoa. Sidestep. You can dodge targeted attacks and area of effect attacks using personal power points. Your Thunderslinger gains Shatter Strike, allowing +2 while targeting, up to D12, and Team Player. You may use a personal power point to transfer this shield to any other ranger within reach once in a game, as long as they also have one personal power point to spend to accept the transfer of power. You also gain a level in conditioning while wearing the shield, +1 health. Should your health ever reach 0, instead of demorphing, you can choose to spend a power point per round to continue in battle. This is called At All Costs. Whoa, that's a lot.
Well,
Yeah, there's a reason it's a grilled relic that is not very well known.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so a lot of things are happening at once, but the important thing is that there is a surge of pink and gold energy. I would like you, Britt Kerrigan, to morph into the Pink Ranger.
Is this okay that it's happening in front of
This is
Amy
a
here?
special. This is a special. I will let you know. Amy Whitaker Scott is the ancestor of Jen Scott.
Okay, I was gonna ask if this was a reference. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of like feel like this. I feel this energy sort of bubbling up inside me, and it's sort of like I feel enveloped in this crazy power, and I just sort of like it just all comes out at once, and it's pink falcon power. And I like to imagine that this beetle like jumps and then like transforms in midair and then like surrounds my chest, and as it's like surrounding me, I morph into my ranger uniform. Oh, that is cool. And it's like
It is.
oh, yeah, that's
It's more intricate than what we would consider in our universe the Golden Dragon shield, but it has kind of that same thing in the shoulders, especially.
right. I'm imagining
would-
it kind of looks like a like when the beetle's wings are kind of like open a little bit, you know? And
Yeah.
I don't know. I have sort of a headcanon of what this looks like already.
Yes,
That's
we can
sick.
work on that later, but so there's an important thing that happens.
Yes, there's something that I have to be doing now. I'm just gonna
the other
kinda-
room has flooded with pink light as well, so all of the people in that other room saw that happen. And with this transformation, you are a Pink Ranger again. Everyone's risk communicator goes off at once, and Alpha goes, "Aye, aye, aye! Something has just happened at the command center. Rangers, what's going on?"
huh.
I'm gonna look at Amy and say, pretend you didn't see that, and then I'm gonna turn around and like kick the door open. And-
Amy, you hear Amy say, "Gee, what?"
And I'm just gonna kick the door open, and then I'm gonna everyone's gonna be looking at me, and I'm gonna be looking so cool, and there's gonna be like pink and gold light everywhere.
It is very cool. If anyone would like to respawn that is a ranger in the current room, please do so now.
So excited! I'm so
Oh.
happy.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Wow,
You
congratulations.
look amazing.
I think Quentin's just going to shout yes, similar to Thor and Thor Ragnarok
So,
when he sees
Britt,
Hulk again.
we are at the back combat round. You have startled the villains, so they actually do not get a combat round. They are surprised by this because any being would be surprised by this. Actually, it's kind of weird. If you didn't know any better, Jane, you would say the putty close to you is trembling in fear. Like they have like an actual response to this thing. But Brick, I want you to decide whatever attack you want to do. Because you're now a Power Ranger again, and you can decide how you want to assist your teammate.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just reading over these powers I have now.
Yes. Would you like a moment? We can do it the traditional way, and then you can take some time because there's a couple of people ahead of you.
No, I mean, I kind of want to whip out my Thunder Slinger and use what is that skill called?
Your Thunderslinger is now pink and gold.
Yeah, pink with like some gold accents on it. Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do I'm gonna use my volley shot attack. And then what is this? Your Thunder Slinger gains Shatter Strike, allowing for +2 while targeting up to 12. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do that.
Great.
And I'm gonna try and take out 2 of these putties.
They have a
Because there's
16
4 of them, right?
There's 3 of them now.
Right, because Jane got rid of 1.
Jane got rid of 1, so there are 3. You could. I don't know how many your volley shot gives you, but you can technically reach all 3 of them.
It says volley shot allows me to 2 shots in 1 roll towards up to 2 separate enemies.
Okay, so you can take out 2.
It says that I get another shot at the 4. At level 4, and I'm level 4.
Well,
Okay.
there you go. There you go.
Okay, I get 3 shots then. I'm gonna. Oh, that's gonna be so cool. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, you just have to do you just have to get 16 or higher. I'm gonna.
Oh, let's try it. And I already used my story point, so let's hope.
We are in a new scene because it's combat, so this is a new scene now.
Oh, it is. Okay, work.
Yes.
Right, let's do it.
The Beetle Wing exhibition was.
Targeting.
Your targeting was already a D10, so you actually
I
only
know,
get
so
half
I'm
the advantage
adding-
off that. Yeah, so you'll do so it's a dice ladder, so you'll just do the +2. I
Yeah.
think. Oh my god! Would you please tell the audience who's listening in what score you got for targeting with your new Golden Scarab shield?
Oh my god.
Please tell the audience what you did.
How is
How
that even possible?
how does that math?
How does that work?
So how the dice ladder works in this game is that you don't see this because we're doing this on Roll20, but it rolls the D20 and then it rolls every dice down the ladder. So if you were doing this in the real world, essentially you'd be rolling a D20, D12, D10, D8, D6, D4, D2, and adding them all. And Roll20 does that automatically in the dice ladder.
I got a 31.
So I'm going to say a 31 hits all of them. I'm just going to go ahead and give that to you. And they're putties, so they've only got 1 health in this case, essentially.
Man. Yeah, so I'm gonna do my 6 Thunder Slinger attack, and then they're all gonna blow up in this sweet explosion of like gold and pink.
Actually, they don't explode because you asked for ice arrows. So they actually
Oh, I did.
freeze. They freeze and then they crack. Which is kind of cool.
That is cool. That is cool.
Yeah. The Piranha Beast is stunned, to say the least. There's really no other way to put it. There are no words for what the Piranha Beast has just witnessed. They definitely did not think this was going to happen. Quentin, Rick just did something really cool,
Yeah.
surprising the Piranha Beast and getting all the obstacles out of your way.
All right.
That was impressive.
Right. So all the piranha beasts are gone. So we just have
No, the
Well,
putties are
left?
gone. Now you have
putties
a
are
piranha.
gone already.
Yeah.
Now it's just the piranha beasts.
Now it's the Piranha Beast.
All right.
Nice to have you back.
It's good to be
I'll
back.
say.
Yeah. Nice.
Got a 31. That, like, literally, there's only like 2 higher numbers you could have gotten with that. Literally, like, you almost maxed out that
Yeah.
targeting.
Yeah.
So good.
nuts.
Thank you for that. It's amazing.
You're welcome.
Uh,
All right, guys. I'm gonna say something as we're all like celebrating and how cool I am. I'm gonna be like, it's good to be back. Now let's show Fish Face a piece. Damn it. Give me one second. All right. It's good to be back. Now let's show Fish Face a taste of real power. And then I'm going to let Quentin do whatever he's going to do.
Yeah. Cat's gonna go fishing.
For a piranha.
Yep. I'm gonna go attack those piranhas.
It's one big piranha. It doesn't have eyeballs, which is weird. It's like,
Right.
it's like piranhas should have eyeballs, but it's like an octo piranha.
Yeah.
Really, if you want to get down to it.
Let's see. I think I'm gonna go in and use PowerPoint for my strike bonus.
Great. I think you should do that. I heartily encourage it.
All right. So that steps up my finesse because that's what I use to attack. Yep. All right.
That's
24.
That is a 24. That is more than 16, which was what you needed to be. So this piranha beast has more than 1 health, but it is surprised. So
Yeah. I'm
do
going to
your thing.
take all the inspiration that Brick just gave me for the awesomeness that he did, and I'll go and literally pretty much cat pounce on some of those piranha beasts. Tear at him with the Shuko claws.
You send the piranha beast scale over kettle into a bench in the room, and it ends up face first in a potted plant, which is the little green feature on the map. Is supposed to be a potted fern. Yeah. So it's stunned, so it can't actually do anything. If it wasn't stunned before, it's stunned now, because that's what electric damage does. Yep. So, Cecily, that just happened.
Yeah. Wow. Things are very spicy. But I shouldn't have touched that thing, but it was so pretty. Sorry. But I guess it worked out anyway. Anyway.
It's okay. That's what Panabon would have done. So Panabon approves.
Sometimes I see historical shiny things and I can't help myself. I want to.
Amy would agree with you on that.
I'm gonna just try to finish it off. Let's go in with might yet again.
All right, higher than 16.
Let's hope so. And well,
are you gonna kebab this fish?
Oh, I would love to kebab this fish. Let's see if we have fish fillet. Oh, I'm going to try again because I didn't use a story point.
Okay.
So I got a 13 this time. We're hoping for something higher because I say fish is on the menu. And
that's
not submarine sandwiches.
Not submarine sandwich.
Whoa!
Nice.
25.
Wow.
We call that a critical success,
love
considering your skill level and the fact that you got a natural 20. I am going to give you this final blow because it did have some health left, but that is the highest you can do. So I feel like that critical success deserves critical cool. So fish fillet is on the menu. How would you like to fillet this fish?
I think it's time to go hibachi style.
I don't know what that means, but please go hibachi style.
Well, I mean, I was thinking chopping, just some slicing, and a little bit of anger, because she's like, oh, can't believe I started all of that. And then afterwards, she's like, I thought fish fries happened on Fridays.
Yeah, so you hit the fish, and it does go away, but it also does not go away. It turns into a fossilized piranha fossil,
Ooh.
just like on the floor.
Is it big or
Um,
small?
It is now a bigger. It's about as big as a bread box, I guess. If I'm American, so I never use meters. But it's as big as a bread box.
Yeah, we'll measure with anything except for
Measure with anything. It's 2 hogsheads long.
Right.
But it's a piranha fossil. It's turned into, much like the piles of now frozen dirt, except for the one that Jane killed. They don't explode like stuff normally does when you're done. And Amy's just standing outside her office door going, okay, this was more of an interesting evening than I had anticipated.
Yeah. I'll say.
So, you, what's with the outfit? Also, are you holding a fossilized piranha?
Listen,
Cecily's just gonna gently put it back down on the ground and act like that's somehow gonna make the situation better, but it obviously isn't.
Where did the fossilized piranha come from?
I stabbed it. I mean, it wasn't.
You stabbed a fossil?
No, it wasn't a fossil, but I stabbed it. It was another thing. It was like a fish guy, and I stabbed it, and then it turned into this piranha fossil.
Turned into a fossil.
Situation's complicated.
It's very. So, okay, this is. I have questions, but I also feel like maybe questions aren't going to help the situation.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, but so I'm supposed to have a panic button under my desk. I went to press it after the phones were down. There was definitely supposed to be a button there, and there was nothing there. Like, it got unscrewed completely. So if you guys hadn't been here, I don't know what would have happened to me tonight.
Dr. Scott, we're glad you're safe, but we should probably get out of this museum.
I work here. I have to come back to work. That is.
I would say there's something fishy going on.
I don't know if this is something to joke about, but yes, it's definitely very fish oriented. Fossilized piranha are very rare. That's very strange. It has grooves in it like it was like sacrificed. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Does anybody else notice these faces around?
Faces?
In the stones?
Well, these are all hieroglyphic tablets. They wouldn't have faces on them. That's not the kind of phonetic language this group used.
Am I the only one seeing these?
No, they do vaguely look like faces to me. Dr. Scott, I don't think these are real artifacts.
Well, some of them are, but they're all the ones I brought in. The rest I inherited. I guess I'll have to do some research on some of this. I think maybe for tonight I will lock up and then come back. I think maybe I think I'm going to take unless you really want the fossilized fish. I'm going to take that.
We're going to hold on to it.
You're going to you have somewhere secure in case it turns back.
We know. We know a guy.
We know a guy. He has a big fish tank. It's fine.
Alpha comes over your helmets and goes, Rangers, when you have a minute, we could use your assistance at the command center. Just when you have a minute, if you could. Yeah.
Look at that. look at the time. I actually
Look
I've
at the
got-
time. We have to.
Oh
We
yeah,
walk on out
that's
of here.
right.
We have a thing.
We have
This was
that.
really fun.
Yeah.
I hope you work here for a long time. Okay.
Please come and visit the museum again. Maybe less Earth people next time. But yeah, feel free to swing by. The exhibit will be open next month. Hopefully.
I love museums, so yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just tell them I guess I can't put your names on the list, but like if you let me know you're at the front desk, we'll figure out a code or something. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
But like if you find out something, let me know about the fossilized fish like this. They're very rare. It's almost unheard of. It's very strange.
We'll make
keep
sure
you
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find a way to skitter on back.
And
That's
with that,
Beetle
I think
joke.
And with
And
that,
with that,
I
I'll
think
see myself
we
out.
we do that thing that they do in the show where they like touch their belts and then they.
Yeah, that's how you teleport. That is more phenomenal teleportation. So you arrive at the command center. Everybody does, including Brick. To find Alpha holding a fire extinguisher, and the console that was gray is no longer on fire. It is just steaming now, but it is now pink and gold. And Alpha goes, I don't know what happened, but something exciting has definitely happened. That is, when did you get a gold shield?
I'm gonna look at my wrist like I have a watch on. About 20 minutes ago. I think it was that long. I don't know how long it's actually been.
Oh, sure, maybe.
Alpha is not Alpha. Zordon is not glaring, but is just staring at you, Brick.
Isn't it great?
Yeah. Hi.
Mr. Kerrigan.
I'm excited. He took out like 4 putties with one shot.
It was amazing.
It was 3, but I mean
3.
You can.
Sorry.
It's okay. You can keep talking about me. Zordon.
Didn't you throw the shield? Isn't that how that worked? Or am I replacing it with a comic character now?
You might be.
Okay. I think I saw what I wanted to see. Yes. It was awesome either way.
Zordon, this random golden beetle scarab thing broke out of this piece of amber and attached itself to me, and I morphed, and it was crazy. And now I have this sort of gold shield. Do you know anything about this? Is this have you ever read anything about this before, or heard, or seen, or?
I do read, Mr. Kerrigan. That is something I enjoy even in this stage of my life. That looks like a grid relic, which is very powerful and in a way both very mighty and very dangerous depending upon who is wielding it. It is not something that happens lightly. It is something very rare. I am overjoyed to see that you are a ranger again. Zordon is having kind of a moment because he's not sure what to say. It feels like there's a lot of words he's trying to say at once, and none of them are coming out. But he goes, "Whatever happened today was very important, and it's very clear that it happened at the right moment. Mr. Kerrigan, this is something to treasure, and I think something that will be written into the history of the Rangers. Look, yet again, is that fossilized fish you are holding any? Was that involved in this transformation at all?
Well, so we were attacked. I don't know if you. Anyway,
We had an energy reading, and we were going to call and see what was going on, but
yeah, we were attacked by. They looked like putties, but they were different. They were more red, and it wasn't really clay. It was kind of creepy. They almost seemed like they were like reanimated in a way.
They almost seemed more human than putty, but still putty.
Yeah.
that is alarming.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm wondering if the disappearing people from the museum are turning into these things.
Before Zordon can see Alpha, Alpha has actually brought out like this like lab thing on wheels. That if we had a Billy in this universe, Billy would absolutely love.
Right.
And
that's awesome.
And there's like this weird microscope-like thing, but it's bigger. And he's like, "Here, put the fish underneath this, and we'll see if we get anything." This is something I've been trying to see if we could use it to identify things. I based it on some of the stuff that we destroyed from that military base. And so Alpha does some things, and there's like this weird math formula that kind of floats in the room, and Alpha goes Zordon, and Zordon goes, "I see it, Alpha." Rangers, what you experienced today was older than Rita. What you're describing as red putties is not possible with what Rita could do, but it would be possible with older, deeper magic. This fish is reading as something that was born under a volcano. The signature of it is not possible for a piranha necessarily, but we'll have to do some research on it. But it's reading partially as volcanic ash. I believe something happened today that was not Rita, but was just as dangerous.
Yeah, there's some creepy stuff going on at that museum. I wonder if we should get some more artifacts.
Quite possibly. But this first artifact, there is still much work to be done with it. Much appreciated. When we are done, I may have you return it just as a gesture of goodwill to a fellow scientist. I assume a scientist gave you this. I don't know.
Well, it was a monster.
Yeah.
And when we defeated it, it turned into this monster.
It was you battled this as a monster, and then it turned into this.
Yeah, when we defeated it, instead of, blowing up like all the other ones do,
Yeah,
it kind of like
it's an instability.
Right, it like reverted back into this, which
Yeah.
maybe it's like
That would make it. Rita's magic is more aligned with the destructive element of magic. A transformation like this would be closer with Earth magic, but Earth magic isn't. The records are very. There's much. There'll be so much we have to do. For now, I think we'll look into this, and anyone wishing to help, of course, can. But I'm not sure what assistance could be lended more than what you've already done. But thank you, Rangers, and congratulations, Mr. Kerrigan, on quite the miracle for yourself. If this is the beginning of something, then we'll need all of the assistance we can get. And with that, we're going to end the episode on the enigma and the riddle, which may or may not be answered in next episode's finale. This was the penultimate episode of Season 1 of Becoming Mighty and Morphin. And I want to thank everyone. I want to thank the Rangers. I want to thank the listeners. I'd like to thank Rem for hosting this and allowing me to live my Zordon fantasies and allowing all of us to live our Ranger fantasies in Angel Grove. And I'm so excited for next week's finale, and I'm excited to exclaim that Kerrigan has reclaimed their Pink Falcon power coin, and now they've got a golden scarab shield, which is amazing. I want to thank you, everyone, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Ah!
Bye.
Bye.